In the last video, we've processed some transactions from the bank statement. So we've processed some payments. In this video, we'll be looking at producing the reports that we'll be asked to produce during the exam and also the practice papers that you'll be completing as well. The first report that we'll have a look at is, again, our trial balance. So that's one of the two reports. This is one of the two reports that you'll always be asked to produce. So those are your trial balance and your audit trail as well. So for sure, you will have those two reports that you'll be asked for those. In order to produce the trial balance, the final trial balance, you will go back to your nominal codes or to your general ledger menu. And then you will click on your trial balance button at the top. You will select your preview and then click on run. You'll be asked to select the period you would like this report for. We'll select May 2020, the financial year. We'll hit OK. And you can see this is your trial balance report. I'll make this a little bit bigger so you can see. We've got all of our accounts. We've got all the nominal codes that we've used and they're active. We've got all the debits and credits. You see that our debits equal our credits and we do not have a suspense account. Okay, so this report would need to be exported once you have previewed your report. So you can export your report if you click on the export button at the top left. You can see there's a little export button. So if you click on this export button, a menu will open and it's going to ask you where you want to save your file. So save it somewhere where it makes sense and then name the file appropriately as requested from you. So usually it's going to be evidence and then the number of the evidence and then your name and the AAT number, or your AAT number and your name. And then you just click on OK. So that's how you will produce your trial balance. Okay, when it comes to the second report that you will always be producing, that's going to be Audit Trial report, and you will find the Audit Trial report button in the transactions menu. As you can see in the transactions menu, we've got quite a lot of transactions at the moment. We've got the number of the transaction, we've got the type of the transactions. JD stands for journal debit, and those are usually opening balances. JC stands for journal credit. So again, JD and JCs are usually opening balances. So those are journal transactions. You've got CR, which stands for cash receipts, CP, which stands for cash payments. We've got BR, which stands for bank receipts, and BP, which stands for bank payments. And this is very useful to know when you are checking your transactions. Let's produce the audit trial report. If we click on the audit trial report button and we select the audit trial type as detailed and then click on run, we'll be asked to select the transaction dates or the range. We want the 1st of May 2020 to the 31st of May 2020. We'll hit OK. And then you will see this report looks exactly as the transactions menu. It contains every single transaction that you've processed. The audit trial is a very, very useful tool to check your work. You will click on the export button and export it the same way you did your trial balance. Okay, so the next report that we'll be looking at is your nominal activity. So your nominal activity reports, you might see those as general ledger reports as well. So if they ask you for, let's say, nominal activity for your sales, you will simply just highlight your sales account in the nominal codes menu. And then you will click on reports. Sometimes they will ask you for all of your sales accounts, so you need to select more than one sales account at a time. So you can do this by just highlighting the first sales account that you want to highlight, then hold Shift or Control on your computer, on your keyboard, and select your next account that you would like to highlight. So I'll do both, and then I'll click on Reports. And then we go to Nominal Activity and Nominal Activity excluding no transactions. This is how you would do it. Click on Preview and then enter the range for those transactions. So 1st of May 2020, 31st of May 2020. Click on OK. And now you'll see the nominal activity for your sales bookkeeping and sales advisory. And again, you can just export this as per usual and name it. Just make sure you give them the reports that they want you to give them. If they're asking you for all of your sales, you'll select all of them. If they're asking you just for bookkeeping, you'll do the same. You'll follow the same steps, but just for the sales bookkeeping account. Okay, so the next report that they might ask you for is your bank receipts and payment report, or for your cash account, for your cash receipts and cash payments report. So to obtain those reports, you would need to click in your bank accounts module, then highlight the account that you want to prepare a report for. So if they're asking us, let's say for bank receipts and bank payments, we'll simply highlight the bank, click in reports, then go to either bank payments or bank receipts, depending which we want to produce. Let's go to bank receipts. Preview, enter the date, and then click on OK. And then you can see all of our bank receipts that have been processed. You can export this report as well, just the way we've exported the other ones. If you need to produce bank payment report, you will simply just go to bank payments and repeat the process. You will preview, enter the dates, and then produce the report and export that report. As you can see, we've got all of our bank payments. Now, if they ask you for cash payments and cash receipts, you can highlight your cash account. Okay, go to reports, and then either cash payments or cash receipts, depending on which one they're asking you for. So let's go for cash payments, enter the dates that we want to see the cash payments for. And then you can see all of the cash payments that we have processed during the period of 1st of May to the 31st of May. You can again export this report and name it accordingly. If it was for bank receipts they're interested in, you can produce the report following the same steps. You will go to cash receipts, preview, enter the dates, click on OK. And there you go. You've got your cash receipts report. Again, you can export this report like all the other ones. So in this video, we looked at reports and how to produce those. In the next video, we'll be looking at correcting errors.